What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do the Tap into the Souls reading for Aries. Aries, this is your fifth and final reading for the week. Okay, hope you guys have enjoyed your energy wave as we've been through all of the major readings this week. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal, so take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, you guys know how Tap into the Souls go. We have the Soul Cards 2 deck by Deborah Koff Chapman. Okay, we've already shuffled. We're going to pull 3 cards, one from the top, one from the bottom, and one energetically from the middle. Okay, and then we will flip over the bottom of the deck to see what your overall outcome or energy is. Okay, at this time I do suggest you maybe go get a piece of paper or a notebook of some kind. Okay, as we flip over these illustrations, you can write down the questions that go for each placement, which will be past, present, and future. Okay, and pretty much interpret the cards yourself or write down how you feel with the illustration and answer the question. And I do advise that you take the time to write out what you want your overall outcome to be and see if that matches with the card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so one from the top for the past placement, one from the bottom for the present, and one energetically from the middle for your future placement. Okay, and we will flip over the bottom of the deck momentarily. Okay, we won't flip all the cards over right now so we are not bombarded by too much energy. Let's get started with your past placement. What held you back in the past, Aries? What held you back in the past? And make sure you are being truly honest with yourself as you answer these questions and look at this imagery. Okay, what held you back in the past? Okay, you can pause here and write down how you feel. Okay, as you're looking at this imagery. Okay, what held Aries back in the past? I feel as though Aries, it's crazy how we can see so many different images within this illustration. It gives this very solace feeling, okay, where you can see different images here. For instance, you see the woman here kind of shielded behind this other face here, but this face seems to extend out into almost like, I want to say like maybe a bird, possibly as this eye is here, okay, hovering over top, okay. But I feel as though you were hiding something in the past, maybe hiding your true self or your truest feelings, okay, maybe giving people somewhat of a different representation of yourself. While you seemed happy, you were really kind of in solitude on the inside, maybe scared to adventure into the unknown, possibly with this eye behind you. Okay, maybe you had this, I'm hearing like this secret identity, if you will. People were meeting a different representation of you, or just a different version of you. One thing that I've noticed like about people, and I observe people a lot, usually those that are very, and this is my own interpretation, this is not directed directly at you, Aries, but this is just an example. People that are overly bubbly or seem to be very extroverted, or are really just introverted on the inside, okay? While they present themselves in a way of being of the people, they really prefer to be to themselves, okay? Or they're usually hiding something, or have dealt with this overwhelming need of being liked, okay? And so I'm not saying that you do that, Aries, but maybe that was something that you did subconsciously in the past, and that is what held you back, okay? Is trying to present yourself as something that you are not, or saving face just because you did not want to interact with anything that would be conflicting, okay? So you probably maybe avoided a lot of confrontation and just did things because people asked you to, when in all actuality on the inside you wanted to say no, but instead you said yes. And so some of the things, not putting it on you, but this is one of the things that I say a lot during my readings, if it is relevant, is to take accountability for our own actions, okay? Our own decisions, our own choices, however you want to put it, okay? You have to take accountability for it, okay? Not saying or justifying what someone else did, but you always have the right to say no, okay? You always have the right to say no. A lot of the times in the past, people guilt tripped you into doing a lot of things that you did not want to do, and you felt like you had to do it based off of obligation, okay? And so I feel as though you felt more so obligated to be a certain way for certain people, when your obligation should have been to yourself or any responsibilities that you had, okay? And so I feel as though that is what held you back in the past, okay? I'm not going to stay here long. We're at 7:07 in your reading, okay? Let's move on to your present placement. What continues to hold you back presently? What continues to hold you back presently? Okay, Aries, take a look at this imagery and write down how it makes you feel as you answer that question. Okay, what do you feel holds you back presently? Okay. I feel for you, Aries, what's holding you back presently is that it could be you're, and I'm trying to make sure I say this in the right way. You're trying to achieve something, but possibly too fast, based off of what's popular now. It's like you're trying to stay relevant in a sense, Aries. It's like that type of vibe, okay? But it's based off of what other people are telling you, okay? So if other people are telling you how to do your job, for example, you've been doing your job the same way consistently, and you get the job done, and you get it done well, okay? It brings people a lot of happiness, okay? However, you then have 2 or 3 people that come to you and say, well, I know you do it this way, but I bet you if you did it this way, or if you changed it, you would really get the attention you're looking for, okay? One, people have to realize you're the one doing the job, okay? You do your job the way you do it because it helps you move more efficiently. It has nothing to do with what others want you to do. Again, kind of mimicking off of what was holding you back in the past. Going based upon the word of letting other people tell you how to do your job or your skill set based off of what they think you need to be doing to keep up with everybody else. It's not about keeping up with everybody else. It's about keeping up with what you want to do, okay? If you do a particular skill set that these people don't do, how can they tell you how to do something that they don't even know how to do? So you have to kind of take that into consideration, and they do as well. Okay, you are moving at your pace. Okay, it's at this point in time you are already getting the recognition that you deserve as you see the star in this imagery. Okay, there are already people that you have around you that are very supportive, that don't try to change what you do. They love what you do. They don't feel like it needs to be changed, okay? So I feel as though you have like this mixed review of energy around you, Aries, that is trying to control your dynamic. There are some that are trying to control your dynamic, and there are others that really are just trying to support you, okay? You have people that may refer you if you provide services to people. There are people that are referring their friends or other people or associates to you, and you have other people that are like, oh, I mean, I like what you did, but I would do it this way because that's what's popular now. It's not about what's popular now. It's about what you are doing and how you can make what you do popular. If everybody in the world was doing the same thing like everybody else and trying to keep up with everybody else, okay, that would cause so many people to it wouldn't be unique. I myself am someone that wants to be unique. I like unique things. If I'm doing a painting and that's when I'm in the mood to paint, I'm not doing it because other people are doing it. I want something unique. I want something that does not exist elsewhere. Okay, I want to be an original. Okay, and so whenever I do a painting, I don't reduplicate that painting. Once I do one, it's done, and that's the only one that will ever exist. If it's mass produced, how is it unique? Okay, so you have to kind of consider that if you're in a situation of being in a business. Okay, same thing goes if it's just a regular profession, professional wise, whatever your job is, you do it a certain way that works for you and still gets the job done. You don't have to try to over exert yourself to be something that you're not. Okay, that's what was holding you back in the past. You still trying to do it to please people now in a different way is the same thing. It's repeating the same steps. Okay, so you have to, it's nothing wrong with providing great service to people, whatever the case may be. It's nothing wrong with being that good friend to everybody, but you do it based off of who you are, not from the ideology of other people who want to tell you how to do something that they don't even do themselves. Okay, and let's just say, for instance, they give you a suggestion and you go and you do it, and it doesn't give you the response in which you were looking for that they said you were going to receive. You have no idea if they're trying to possibly, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say, we're not going to say that word. We're going to say manipulate. They could possibly try to manipulate what you do to maybe work out better for somebody else, or maybe they're doing recon for somebody else to give them the idea to do from what you're already doing. Okay, but we're not going to stay on this long. We're going to move into your future placement, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Okay, be mindful. Not everyone around you is for your higher good. Okay, some are and some aren't. You have to pay attention to who is and who isn't, and you know the energy that's around you better than I do. Okay, so with that being said, let's go into your future placement as we're at 1419 in your reading. Okay, so how will you change your future, Aries? How will you change your future? You can pause here and write how you feel as you're looking at this imagery here. One of my favorite cards in the deck that continues to pop up even before my 2-week break in March. You will come out of this very, very elevated in the future, in the near future, Aries, where you will be centering yourself in your highest regard, okay? You will start thinking logically and very rationally as far as those that are around you and who you will allow in your square, okay, or in your circle. You will elevate yourself to a higher regard, okay, as far as being at peace with who you are and present yourself as that possible, which I see or felt in this picture, like a phoenix, okay, rising, okay. So nothing is going to be able to detour you or move you in the future, okay. You will know who you are, what you are capable of doing, what you are willing to do, and no one is going to be able to tell you otherwise, okay. So with that being said, let's flip over the bottom of the deck to see what your final outcome is, or energy. Yes, this is beautiful imagery here, okay? We'll hold this here as you write down what you want your overall outcome to be and if it matches with what is on this card, okay? Aries, I feel as though all your concern is being able to leave generational wealth behind for your family. If you are a parent, you're probably doing the best that you can to raise your child and leave them something that they can be proud of, okay, as they are the next generation after you, okay. This is all about taking them underneath your wing, teaching them what you can, whether it be what you currently do or in another facet, okay. But they are your offspring. Again, this is something you can pass on to them, okay. If you have a business of some sort, it's something you can pass along, and there's nothing more priceless than generational wealth, okay. And that's what it's always been about for you, Aries, is just taking care of your family, okay, your immediate family, giving them something to grow upon and being able to provide for them and to say, you know what, I did this for my child, and hopefully they will pass it on to their children and their children's children, okay. And so you are definitely connected with your child in a sense of they look up to you. You are a beacon of hope and motivation that anything is possible, okay, and that is something that you also strive for more than the approval or likability of people. Your child's opinion of you is more important than anyone else's, okay. And so with that being said, I think that's all that I have for you, Aries. I don't want to stay on you guys for too long, but I hope you guys have enjoyed your energy wave this week with me. Until the next time, please take care of yourself. Make sure you put yourself in this high regard and do not let others steer you away from your goals and dreams or aspirations. You compete with you, no one else. Until next time, Aries, peace.